Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
Here we go. I'm just giving you a warning. I'm a shock jock. Okay, so I'm going to shock you. It's rated G. It's always rated G here, but I shock with just being so interesting. It's like, what? No, wait. And you can look up the stuff that I say. It's true.
Okay.
51% of the animals on farms across the world are, what kind of animal do you think? 51%. All the animals. 51% of all the animals.
I would actually guess cow, but I'm guessing that's not right.
It's a fine guess.
Thank you, Brant.
The answer
Uh-huh.
is shrimp. It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're going to, like, of the farmed animals, 51% of the animals are shrimp.
Farm. That, you know what, that is interesting.
It's pretty wild.
And
Thanks.
you can use that, like, if you're out eating seafood or something. Yeah, okay.
Or out on a farm.
Sure, just please make sure you credit the Brant Hansen Show.
Yeah, thank you. Boy, we humans are complex creatures. And I think one of the big problems, we have desires that are in conflict with each other. We have really strong desires that are actually in conflict with our deepest desires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's in our weakness that we have these desires that'll actually lead us away from what we really want. It's really strong, but our deepest desires that go even deeper than that won't be met if we just go with this. And that's the thing about sin. I mean, God's actually for us. He's not just making up some random rules. He's telling us he wants to meet our deepest desires. The strong ones sometimes will actually destroy us. Everybody's busy all the time. What are you doing? I'm busy. Really busy. You stay busy. I'm busy.
Hey,
busy. Ever try to help somebody with that? A lot of times it's like, no, I don't want to help. Like, that's a weird thing about addictions, though. Any kind of addiction. It triggers this defensive reaction. This is true for all of us. We've all struggled with addictions of certain things or whatever. It's like as soon as somebody like touches that thing, you go into a defensive mode. And it's possible, I want you to consider this possible, that we can get addicted to being in a hurry or being busy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a way to actually avoid some stuff that would be good if we didn't avoid it. Like actually spending time with God. I know it sounds intimidating, but it's actually so peaceful and wonderful. Not being in a hurry all the time is so good. Jesus said that if you partner with him in life, you make him Lord of your life, and you follow his way, you will find rest. And that's something we need so much. So much. It's wild, too, because if you think about our culture, it used to be back in the 50s and even 60s, maybe some of the 70s, like all the way up to there, like, things were generally closed on Sunday.
Yeah.
So there was a day off. Even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not Jewish, you had this like sort of, it was part of life. Like it was, the architecture of life was set up to like, okay, everything winds down now. We're not doing youth sports on Sunday. We're not doing.
Yeah.
And the grind that just continues and continues and continues, it turns out it's not good for us. Hey, this is Brant. And have you ever thought about what banks are doing with your money? Honestly, I hadn't thought much about it until somebody pointed it out. Your money's not just sitting there. They use it to do stuff they want to do, whatever it is they want to do. And this is why I'm actually excited to put my money to work at something called America's Christian Credit Union. You can get all the conveniences of your bank, like loans, saving, checking, debit cards, all that. But America's Christian Credit Union is a nonprofit that puts our money to use for good stuff. Stuff I like. You might say, what kind of stuff? I'll tell you, they helped fund more than 2,000 adoptions so far. They work with more than 1,200 ministries. They help churches and schools with loans. They support centers for women in crisis. I like that, and I think you will too. Been really happy with them. So talk to them. Even if you need a car loan or something, they're great to work with, and they do all this stuff. America's Christian Credit Union. They have a special deal going too. If you go to americaschristiancu.com/Brant. Again, americaschristiancu.com/BRANT.
Greetings, friends. Just a reminder, Brant has a new podcast, Living Unoffended. It's available every Monday. So go to your favorite podcast place and make sure you like and subscribe. So you were talking about rest and you brought up youth sports. And I have a lot of younger people in my life who are starting families, have kids that are reaching that age. And it is a lot of pressure to have your kid in the youth sport thing. And then they talk about how it just takes over your whole life.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But it's also difficult, from what I understand and hearing them talk about it, is that this is the social connection that you have. So this is your kid and their friends. These are your friends in the neighborhood as far as families and couples.
Yeah.
Like, it's really difficult to say, no, you know what, that takes up a little too much of our life. Your life just ends up revolving around it.
Yeah. Okay. So I have seen that. And the irony, too, is that I think a lot of parents put pressure on themselves. Like, well, my child may have this talent. I wanted them to have that, to be able to take full advantage of this talent.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've seen that actually happen is, they get better at it and maybe even go on a scholarship, but it actually hurts them even in college because there's so much pressure.
It's the pressure.
Pressure. And like, okay, so that didn't even work. That wasn't even good for them. It wasn't good for your family life, and it wasn't good for your kid. The other thing is the cost is bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be, like, play Little League but like to a travel team, there was basically no cost. I mean, we had to buy the uniform, but we didn't. I wore jeans in Little League.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the money for the baseball pants. But it's like, but that now is thousands of dollars. And then the parents have to travel if you're doing travel clubs.
Yeah, I have people who, are traveling and okay, we'll be in North Carolina this week.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll be up in Cincinnati this week. And I'm like, my goodness, I'm not impugning it. I don't have kids, so I don't know. I'm just saying it seems like so much. And unless your kid is like, I love baseball, or I love soccer, or I love whatever it is, it just seems like the family's life. This is what I've heard.
Well, even if they love it, you don't want to sacrifice the family life. Like, the kids don't always know what's best for them.
What a good point.
Yeah,
You don't want to sacrifice
so
the family life.
You want to have a rhythm of life where there's rest, where there's stopping from constant motion. And I have to ask the question, like, I love sports and stuff. I love all that. But is it possible that, boy, this is an incendiary question. But I'm asking it generically, so please don't take it personally.
Okay.
Is it possible that we can do things to avoid other things? To avoid the fact that our marriage isn't going so well, to avoid the fact that we don't really know what to do with our kids, to avoid the fact that, like, we don't know what to do with any downtime. We wouldn't know what to do if, like, we're addicted to hurrying. We're addicted to having one more thing to do constantly.
It's hard to sit with each other in silence or even just sit with each other at all.
To have any
without
rest.
anything to do.
Right.
Okay.
Like, you just can't not be in a hurry. You can't not have the next thing to do. It's like, I don't think most of the time, you can't say always, but like most of the time, my own perception is that it's not actually helping the kids. It does give you a context for some social relationships, which is good. I understand that.
Yeah.
This is a huge opportunity for churches. Something genius that the church we're involved in is doing is on Sunday afternoons is flag football. So they've got like 8 teams full of flag football players. This is like middle school and down type.
Okay.
But it's on the church grounds, and the coaches are from the church. They're guys, and they're all trained. Let's have fun with this. Let's support all the kids. Let's not worry about who wins and loses. We do keep score, but we're not going to keep track of all this stuff. And boy, it's a hit.
I like that.
I think it's going to grow like crazy. I think we're going to wind up with 1,000 kids in that thing, whereas it's a small church.
Yeah.
But people are that way. You still get all the parents hanging out.
Yeah.
Everybody's meeting each other. They're making contact, but it's without the pressure, and it doesn't cost anything. Why does everything have to be professionalized? The other thing is, too, I want to remove from parents, where I can, in my own sphere, like, you're not here to impart skills to your kids. You're here to impart character. You want to form the character of your kid. Yeah. What they do with that, well, that's negotiable. We'll talk about it. And what do they want to do with their lives? But, right, it's not just, let me give marketable skills to my kid. That starts with a corporation first attitude or a productivity first attitude. Like, that's not who we are. That does not define us.
And if you grab hold of that and you don't have any character, we're going to be in big trouble because you're going to have all those skills and those skills will take you where they take you. But then your character we still lost.
Right, we still lost. And we might have a miserable doctor as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, great.
Well,
I don't want that.
I love what you said, and I've been doing it more and more intentionally, of saying to the kids in my life, specifically my girls, I like the way you said that.
Yeah, I liked how you handled that.
I liked how you handled that.
Reaction.
Yeah, my niece is starting to look into medical things, and so she went on the Allied Health something, and it was a disaster. The whole thing from beginning to end was a disaster. So she's telling me the day, and each time I'm like, okay, but I'm glad that you said that to that person in that way. Okay, like really complimenting the things of character more than the skills.
More than the skills, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
The skills and that sort of thing, we're obsessed with that. But again, that comes from some cultural presumptions that aren't true, that that's what our value is. Well, we're buying into the culture.
Yeah.
If it's athletic achievement, there's no difference, athletic or business achievement or whatever. So honestly, our thing was with our kids, I was aware of this when they were growing up. So we did make decisions like that.
Like what?
Like about, I'm not interested in maximizing your skills.
Okay.
I'm interested in who you are as a character. So if you're worried though that means that they'll wind up like on the street, like not caring about a job or they won't be employable, that's ridiculous. And our experience, so Julia wound up by her own thing. Like, hey, you want to go to community college? You go or no college or what do you like? Fine, we're concerned about who you are. Well, she wanted to go to college in New York City, so fine. Yeah. And she's in Manhattan. The thing was at the college she went to, where they don't have a dorm, they don't have that stuff. So you live in the city in an apartment with other people that go to the college, other girls, and so she had to take the subway to class. She's 18 years old. Yeah. She's making her way. Well, she gets a job as a brand ambassador for some healthy thing. And she winds up driving the van by herself all over Manhattan, setting up in front of stores in Manhattan, and then talking to people on the sidewalk about this product or whatever. We didn't push her to do that at all. But now she decided, she got her degree in business and decided, I want to be home. I want to be a mom fully engaged with my kids. That's what she's doing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
For justice, didn't push him. He wanted to do whatever. He decided to major in Russian. Fine. Now he's at med school. Fine. He was in the military. Fine. Like, but none of it was us driving him. Yeah. But like, people can drive themselves. If there's character there, they have a thing where they don't want to just not do anything.
I like that. And then you feel like I've instilled enough character in this person that I can trust.
Right.
These things, even if they make a mistake, even if they mess up, like I know I've instilled enough character that I can trust.
Yeah.
You're in Manhattan.
There you go. And that's what you're here for.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope no one hears us judging anything. I hope that maybe you hear us saying, maybe there's a better way.
Yeah, maybe the culture can be questioned.
Yeah. Maybe there's a better way. And if you come to full circle and say, no, this is the best way, then so be it. Like I said, I don't have any kids, so I don't know. I asked the question because I see moms in particular, but families overall putting a lot of stress on themselves. And I remember mutual friends of ours who have a lot of kids who are all adults now. I remember them saying they made about school league, and not school league, excuse me, sports leagues, that they made the decision because they had so many kids. They're like, we cannot be running around with this one and that one and that one and that one and that one and that. They just made the decision. We're not going to do that. And I loved what the mom Tammy said, which was, we made the decision we would be the dominant voice. In our kids' ears.
And it turns out that's really good for your kids.
But
before you feel judged, and I don't think many people do, but some people might. I understand that.
Yeah.
You ever try to take the burden off somebody and they don't want it taken off them? I mean, just so you can relate, like, this is a burden that can be taken off you. The culture's laying this burden on you, where I'm saying there's a lighter way to go, where you actually are with your family. You're for them. There's a pace to life. You don't have all this pressure of, I got to get them into the best school possible or the best preschool possible to set them up for the best high school possible and the best, okay, all right, you can do that if you want. Like, nobody can stop you. It doesn't seem to make people have more flourishing lives. There seems to be a real chronic, honestly, a pandemic of mental illness.
Yeah.
So if you want to suggest that maybe we could you can take that off of yourself, trust God with it, concentrate on character with your kids, and then see where that leads you.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.